The reunion is here. And if you're like, Kibbles, where is your episode 9 and 10 recap video? Don't get your garments in a bunch, but you're watching it. I am combining those final episodes with the reunion in this video. So first we will go over those episodes in order. Remember, I record after I watch them one at a time, and then I'm staying up late tonight to watch the reunion. This will be nice though. This way we can have the season ending fresh on our minds when we go into the reunion. So let's waste no time. Let's get right into it and wrap up season 3 together.
Awesome!
My first soda, a Diet Dr. Pepper, because I need a little caffeine. Sorry, not sorry, LaCroix. Episode 9 is called The Book of Judgment, and it starts with Whitney in Miranda's hotel room.
Have you spoken or seen to me?
Yeah, no, me and her went to dinner because I genuinely wanted to hear her out after hearing everything from the reunion.
We haven't heard a whole lot from Miranda this season. I mean, besides the fact that she got voted back into Momtok. She was friends with Demi, but backed off from talking to her as much after Demi went off on Layla at that event. She looked real embarrassed when they started fighting. Whitney expresses how she wants to support Demi, but she does say that she still has doubts about what Demi is claiming.
I just don't know how to support her when I don't feel like she's being 100% honest with herself and me.
Miranda, on the other hand, straight up thinks that Demi is lying. We hadn't really heard her perspective before, but we're about to see a lot more of it. The rest of Momtok is on their way to the Entertainment Tonight interview, and Taylor is stressed. On the last episode, Dakota told her about his secret right before she left for press. Remember, he was like sexting a family friend of hers? Also, I said in my last video that I thought the timing for him telling her the bad news was weird. He had a ton of chances to tell her, like when they were baked in that bed. Why do it right before she's leaving? And then Macy says that this is a pattern he has.
The last time that we were here for press, Dakota kept sabotaging like all of her interviews, like before she would start. It was so frustrating.
Lovely. My Dakota dislike continues. So Demi and Whitney are on another bus. They are being kept separate from the rest of Momtok. Whitney keeps saying that she wants to keep the peace, but their interview is anything but peaceful. If you watched it when it came out a while ago, you know. What happens is when they talk about Halloween, Chase condescendingly poking Demi comes up. Remember that scene? You know, when Demi was dressed as Fruity Pebbles?
Where's your husband?
Don't touch me again.
There you go, condescending poke. So the host asks if Demi has any regrets with how that whole thing was handled. And she says no.
No. I don't think you overacted a little bit though.
I, for some reason, tend to forget that Miranda is Chase's ex-wife and that they also have kids together. And when she speaks up, I realize that we never really heard Miranda's take on this. Or maybe we did. I was so distracted by her meaty crab hands that I can't for the life of me remember what she said about it.
Him to come up and think it was okay to like go like this and shove me.
I know, but I don't think he shoved you.
I don't either.
Or
Well, it wasn't a shove. Okay, he went up and pressed my hip.
And then Jen brings up the cease and desist against her. It sounds more like it was a threat of one when they ask about what really happened with Marciano.
Just see the cease and desist that was served.
Okay.
Pull it up.
Everyone knows that you tried to get.
Pull it up.
Whitney is so embarrassed by how unprofessional this interview became so quickly, but I'm pretty sure that Entertainment Tonight was all for it. Demi is upset that everyone is taking the word of both Chase and Marciano's over hers, which I don't know why she says that about Chase. We saw the video clip. But once Demi is vulnerable, that's when Whitney suddenly says that she believes her. As Taylor is getting ready for her Jimmy Kimmel interview, she says that she told her mom about Dakota's secret. I guess this family friend was very close with her mom, and her mom is furious. Things are about to get even more awkward too, because Dad Talk just landed with Jesse and Layla for the season 2 premiere. And there's Dakota. Wow, Jordan really does look like Dakota's twin, doesn't he? They're even standing the same way? Later, Miranda tries to talk to Whitney about the Entertainment Tonight interview. As she starts asking about what Demi said about it, Demi enters the room. Miranda says to Demi's face that she didn't like what she said about Chase.
Caught me off guard because I saw it with my own eyes and I was like, that's not what happened.
And I don't think I've really seen this side of Miranda before. I like it.
From being like touched. Like to me, it's like, it's a very dramatic leap.
Mostly because she's actually saying something to someone's face. Love that. This Chase thing makes Demi look like she's exaggerating, and it seems to make Miranda think that she's also exaggerating things about Marciano. I actually looked up the definition of shove. It's push roughly.
Shove could be this. A shove could be this.
So we're back to it is being a shove.
I think this is coming up because now Miranda is worried that Demi is going to say something about Chase doing something to her.
It's inappropriate of you to lie about a situation that didn't happen to me.
Miranda leaves and Demi calls Grandpa Brett all mad.
That's a typical response from somebody who's so deeply rooted in white trash.
Hey, I mean, this show is trashy, but Miranda is probably the most likable one out of all of them at this point. This confrontation with Demi fully convinces Miranda that Demi is lying about the Marciano situation, and that confirms that Demi burned another bridge. Next, we have the Jimmy Kimmel show that Taylor and Whitney are on together. They bond because Whitney is really excited about all of these opportunities. She knows it's from being in Momtok, in some sort of witchcraft, and Jimmy Kimmel's studio makes Whitney take some accountability for how she's acted in the past. Ew, I just used the A word. Whitney starts to feel like she wants to be a part of the Momtok sisterhood again.
Have this angel on the shoulder that's like, no, you actually care about these women.
So they go on the show, they have a great time, but after the show, Taylor talks to Jesse about the whole Dakota situation.
I just heard there were like inappropriate pictures and that they were going to meet up, like they had a plan. He was going to go over there and then he like pulled the plug before it happened.
It sounds like Dakota is lying again, this time about the details of the whole relationship he had with Taylor's family friend. And honestly, I don't know why the details matter. Why is she even talking to Dakota? No matter what she says, just the fact that she's talking to him makes me feel like they really aren't done for good. They're also being very secretive about this whole thing because the rest of Momtok doesn't know yet. Jesse's story from Jordan and Dakota's stories don't match. So the next step is to talk to the family friend directly. Back in Utah, Taylor does just that. And the person doesn't really admit to anything except them being friends.
I was in a swimming suit.
Okay.
And the picture was from Florida.
Taylor then asks about her trying to meet up with Dakota.
No, I literally would have only invited him over to let him talk to me and to cry it out or whatever.
Cry it out and then
And that's the end of episode 9. Okay, I'm gonna go watch episode 10 and come back.
2 hours later.
Okay, I'm back. Episode 10 is called The Book of Enlightenment. I still have some of my Diet Dr. Pepper left. Oh, it's not cold though. We pick up right where we left off with Taylor confronting that family friend.
I never had interest in Dakota. I did a stupid thing.
You're a shitty friend.
Taylor says she feels dumb, that she had hope again with Dakota. I'm assuming that this is going to continue into season 4. In the next scene, Demi calls Whitney on her birthday to talk about herself. She wants to be vulnerable with Momtok and squash this beef for good. And that comes completely out of left field. This shift on this episode feels strange. Also, what happened to the mole? That whole storyline just died off. We then go to Jessie, who's at an event for her hair school. She's at the end of her 90-day separation with Jordan, and they have to decide if they're staying together or not. Whitney comes to this event and tries to convince all of the Momtok girls to meet up to talk to Demi.
I am so desperate to get this group back together to what it was.
She's also completely out of her business mindset. The press tour they did made her want to save Momtok now. This is like such a 180. But I never thought it would be Whitney trying to be the one keeping the group together. Whitney's making Momtok survive. Everyone is definitely hesitant to do this too, but they decide to give it a shot. Taylor is distracted by the whole Dakota thing. She wants to do a baby blessing for her son, but says that she can't. She needs Dakota to sign off on it, and he won't. He's apparently hiding away and currently doesn't want to film because of the whole him talking to that family friend thing happening.
He's not at all. He's refusing to film if we bring this story up at all.
I feel like this is them trying to show that Taylor is moving on. I don't know if I'm ever going to believe that she's moving on from Dakota. But the focus of this final episode becomes trying to save Momtok.
I do think it's a good idea for Whitney and then me to head this intervention.
No one knows if this is a genuine thing that Demi really wants to do. This huge switch makes me suspicious too. She hasn't one time backed down in any argument, but now wants to come crawling back, apologizing. What's the angle? Jessie and Jordan decide to try to make their relationship work. I almost said Dakota and Jordan. They dragged that out the entire season. There's the answer. Next, they all show up to this mediation. This is the sit down with Demi. And Taylor first actually goes to talk to Demi individually. Demi apologizes, like for everything.
and for kicking you while you were down.
Demi apologizes for how she talked to Taylor's mom at the Christmas party, saying she felt triggered by Taylor and how she was emotionally unavailable during the scandal and stuff with Dakota.
A lot of people talk about the glass child syndrome, where you grow up with a child in your family that gets a lot of the attention and their needs like come first.
Taylor accepts this apology, but is still wondering what I think everyone has to be wondering who has watched this. Did she really mean it? Or did Hulu offer her more money? What is going on? Whitney and Macy have all of the group individually stand up and speak their truth. So Whitney goes first.
I am so sorry for not attending your baby mama event, and I'm sorry.
Whitney's apology seems sincere. She also apologizes to Michaela and Taylor, which wasn't expecting that. Macy goes up, then Jen. Jen apologizes for her people-pleasing and victim mentality causing issues in the group. Demi thinks, though, that Jen owes her an apology for saying something happened with Marciano. And in general, Demi doesn't seem very happy with what the girls are saying as each one of them goes up, besides Taylor. Michaela goes up last before Demi and thinks that Whitney's apology was sincere and they seem to make up, which is a big shift from how they were in season 2. Last is Demi. And after her apology to Taylor, I was expecting this like very deep, vulnerable speech from her, but instead she basically just says she was sorry for being mean.
I'm sorry for overreactions. I'm sorry for acting out of anger.
I don't think that was a good enough apology for Jessie specifically, who she conspired against to make everyone think she slept with Marciano. The group doesn't seem very impressed.
I don't know that I buy all of it.
She does open up more when they all sit down. I find it odd that she wants all these things from the group, but does not give them. She didn't believe Jessie, still doesn't, but wants an apology. She ruffled feathers with Miranda about Chase, but wants Miranda to believe her about Marciano. It's like the whole entire thing that matters is that people believe her, no matter if she believes them or not.
I think the biggest thing for me that's triggering right now is not feeling believed and not feeling like people truly want to understand.
But still, no one understands why she was messaging Marciano. I still can't get over Brett buying him DoorDash. None of it makes sense, especially the DoorDash. And Whitney decides to say that they just need to drop it. They will never understand why Demi did the things that she did. She does apologize to Jessie at least, I guess.
It was just anger. I'm sorry that I haven't been there for you.
I don't think that anyone really wants to be friends with Demi, but they want peace. So everyone is good now, sort of. Next, all of Momtok attends Taylor's baby blessing. It's not a real blessing though, I guess, because Dakota's not there.
Taylor's not allowed to do this unless Dakota's there, but he wouldn't even be able to do it because he's not worthy enough to do it. So now Taylor's dad has to do it.
Jordan does reassure us that his twin is not mad at him. He's actually glad that the truth came out about that lady who sent him bikini pics from Florida. So dad talk has also survived. Demi is there, and Jen says she still doesn't trust her.
Demi.
I mean, I don't think anybody does. But for now, Momtok is whole again, making TikToks, and we end episode 10 with Taylor meeting up with someone. And that someone is Chase. She says he invited her to dinner to apologize about the Halloween party. That was when they argued. Chase also supposedly said that he had feelings for Taylor and he was a part of the swinging scandal.
I would have never thought we'd be here on a dinner.
On a date.
On a date.
She's so close to Miranda, I just don't see Taylor doing that, especially with all the stuff that's gone on with Dakota. Chase ends this by saying, let's kiss for old time's sake. Wow. The last 2 episodes I did not see coming at all. Demi just randomly wants to make up with everyone. And this is after she conspired against Jessie and she also thinks that everyone was victim shaming her. Brett thinks that everyone's trash in Momtok. I don't get it. Why does she want to just make up with everyone all of a sudden? This is going to be a very interesting reunion. So now I'm staying up to watch the reunion. And after it airs and I watch it, I will come back.
12 o'clock midnight.
Okay. I'm back. Not going to spoil anything, but that was chaotic. I don't know what I just watched. Okay, I need to wake up a little bit, so I have this mini Fanta. Orange flavor. I don't normally drink these, but... Oh, very orange. At least it's not yellow. Let's get this reunion started. Merry Momtok Christmas? When everything starts, we don't know if Dakota is coming because Taylor says she won't come if he does. They're already fighting and they're not even there yet. We see Zach is avoiding Grandpa Brett. They used to be close, but now Jen and Demi hate each other, so there's some tension.
So exhausting and so annoying.
Taylor does show up. I mean, I don't think they could have a reunion without her. And after a prayer, they get started with Mom Talk on stage first. Dad Talk goes to the back, and Brett has something to say. He denies the flirty texts, and he gets into it with Zach.
Knee-jerk reaction to Demi saying that she was a victim was to not believe her. Not flirty at all. I'm not wired like you, bud. And it's so hard to take you seriously with your little munchkin voice.
With Mom Talk on stage, there's a different host. This is Stassi from a Bravo show called Vanderpump Rules, and she's hosting this reunion instead of Nick Viall. She starts by addressing that Michaela, Macy, and Jen have all had their babies. Jen talks about her postpartum experience and how her baby has healed her. While she's talking, Brett and Zach are like making up backstage. And then we move to Demi, who is back in Mom Talk like we saw in the last episode. And then they plug Dunkin' Donuts by bringing out Chase.
Mom Talk, how we doing?
And he like sits behind Taylor. Super random. They address the dinner that they went on at the end of the season. Taylor says that she didn't think it was a date, and Miranda says that she knew nothing about the date part. She thought that they were just meeting up to get over the whole Halloween thing.
It just felt like there were a few details left out.
They don't clear up at all what's really happening, and they hint that it'll be talked about on season 4. I still don't buy Taylor dating Chase behind Miranda's back. Not at all. Oh my God. And then they make the accountability word a drinking game. Yes.
You're just taking accountability. We don't hear any accountability.
The lack of accountability.
We use that word way too much.
They also address the sudden shift in Whitney losing her business mindset. She just wakes up one day and wants to fix the sisterhood of Mom Talk. I'm glad other people thought that was weird too.
These were huge milestones that we were all accomplishing together.
Then they bring out Dad Talk. Oh, and Chase is just like still back there. They even bring out his brother Mason too at one point, who is official with Layla. Then we move on to Michaela and Jace. But they shift to Jesse pretty quickly in this conversation. And I'm glad because Michaela just had a baby. I can't imagine their intimacy stuff has gotten better. Like, what kind of question is that? Jesse ends up sharing that she was raped at 19. And Connor had shared a story on the last reunion. It gets really deep, intense, and then Demi starts crying, like really crying. She somehow made Jesse and Connor's stories, serious stories, about herself. This all just feels so all over the place. Then they bring out Brett and they move to the Marciano situation. Jesse explains why she cheated.
I wish I would have just left Jordan at that time instead of cheating. I truly was like, if I do something like this, like that will get me out.
She also says that her and Jordan are still working on things. It's been up and down. I will say, though, that they don't really look very happy. They play this clip where Marciano actually says that he thought he did had sex with Jesse.
Talk about how you wanted to leave Jordan and that you loved me.
I think they should have left that clip in because when they left it out, they made it seem like Demi was the only one saying that they slept together. If Marciano actually thought that they did, that changes the perspective a little bit, I think. Demi still sucks, though. They also talk about the lie detector. They addressed the inconclusive test where Jessie was asked if she had any contact with Marciano. And her explanation is this.
In my head, I was like, okay, well, I did touch his arm. Like, he did grab me here. Like, there were things like that, but I'm like, I don't want to say yes. So I said no, and then it came back that way.
And this threw me. Apparently, Dad Talk on season 4, we haven't seen this yet, but they say that Dad Talk saw Marciano at the villa on their England trip.
How was the villa, guys?
Jordan was with Marciano at a Vanderpump villa. They just gloss over that too. Yeah, that happened. Okay, moving on. That would be interesting to see on season 4. Zach says that Marciano still says that he kissed Demi.
No, I did not.
Because it was off camera.
Jen, when you say things like it was off camera, why are you saying that as though you know?
Demi goes off over this, asking why Jen would make stuff up that she didn't see.
You don't f***ing understand because you've never been sexually assaulted.
Yes, I actually have.
She has,
and I haven't talked to her.
Which all I heard Jen say is that she saw Demi flirting and kind of touching Marciano. I still don't quite understand what she thinks Jen is saying.
Yeah, I'm talking to your wife.
Talk respectfully.
I will talk to her how I feel like she deserves to be talked to. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And then Jessie talks about how she can't trust Demi still. And Demi tries to bring Macy into the conversation in such a horrible way.
You got raped by your abuser or you got slapped or whatever, and then afterwards you're like, I love you, and then later they're like, Macy, it's really weird that you said I love you.
That is so different to be in a relationship.
They can't get anywhere with Demi and Jen, and so Stassi has everyone move on. Next, the Momtok women are kicked off stage, and Demi completely crashes out. She walks out, but then does say that she decides to stay. Oh, and then we know why Momtok was kicked out. Dakota is here. Stassi asks about what happened with Taylor's family friend. Apparently this happened 2 years ago when Taylor was pregnant, but they were broken up. And he said that he confided in this woman about his toxic relationship with Taylor, and then the woman at one point came on to him and he was surprised. But he stumbles over his words a bunch. He doesn't take any accountability. Taylor's watching this backstage and she comes out angry. He says that he's mad that they're acting like this is cheating, but Taylor's upset that this was a family friend. She also says that her family has now disowned this friend. This gets so wild because then they bring out Taylor's parents. And when we come back, Demi is back. Brett apologizes to Miranda for calling her white trash. She accepts it but says, oh, it's convenient that you're doing this on camera.
I do think that the timing of it is a little bit unfortunate.
And I realized they really brought everyone out to watch Dakota apologize to Taylor's parents. Awkward.
Truly sorry, because I know that caused a lot of pain.
Taylor's dad won't even look at him.
I can't accept anything that comes out of your mouth because it's all bullshit, dude.
And then Dakota gets upset because as Taylor's talking, he gets the impression that she thinks he's a bad dad, and whatever, he leaves. And that's the end of the reunion. I'm just gonna say it. What even was that? It was so chaotic. Was that even a reunion? I don't think I heard Miranda or Layla say much of anything. To me, Brett and Dakota bulldozed and took over. I think I saw Dunkin' Donuts branding more than Whitney. Did Macy's husband say one word? Because I didn't hear it. Let me know what you think about this reunion. I don't know what I was expecting, but I felt like they didn't dive into anything. It was just mediating everyone's tantrums. I don't know. Wow. Season 4 must be coming soon. Let me know what you think. I'm going to bed. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And also, this is my QR code to my Snapchat. Make sure to follow my public profile. I will be posting often on there. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!